Hey artists, welcome to our next principle of design. This week we're going to be talking about unity or harmony. You can kind of use those terms interchangeably. They really go together. Some artists will separate the two, but for our purposes they're so close that we're just going to keep them together. But unity is a principle of design that relates to a sense of wholeness, as a result of the way you combine the elements in your artwork. So if you look at this painting here by Jasper Johns, the title gives it away. It's a map. And if once you look at it and you realize what it is, you can see that it's a map of the United States. If you look, there's even words. You may not be able to see them on your screen, but if you saw the actual work of art, it's obvious that the words are the actual states. And so that's what one of the elements that he uses to create unity is the fact that he does label all of these. But I'd say the main thing is the color scheme that he uses. If you look at this, you can see there's really only three colors that he uses, is blue and red and yellow. Now there are also some black in there. Black's technically not a color, it's a shade. And there's some white in there. But those three colors kind of help give it this sense of wholeness, sense of completeness. He covered the whole page, which also helps to give it a sense of wholeness. There's also this kind of messy quality about it. Jasper Johns was an abstract artist, and this is kind of the style that he worked in. And so all of those things work together to give this a sense of finished wholeness, and it all goes together, it works together, and it's complete. So let me move on here to a couple other works of art. We have here on the left this work of art called Flowerhead. Now you see here that these two bottom parts, they look like two flower petals, right? And then this, what's coming up out of the center, is meant to be like the inside of the flower. Some flowers have this big stamen inside of it. And so what gives this unity? I would say what gives it unity is the sense of these textures you see on the actual petals of the flower. Next to this texture on the top, it's all white. It's obviously all made out of the same material. It's probably ceramic. So that gives it a sense of wholeness, just simply what it's made out of. But it all works together. It looks finished. Again, there's that sense of wholeness. This work of art on the right, there's a lot of things going on here that give this a sense of completion and wholeness and things working together. So one thing that gives it that is these lanterns that are all these circle shapes. And they all kind of work throughout the whole picture. They're definitely what's emphasized. They're what you see first. And they should be, because they're lights, and so they kind of draw your attention just like they would in real life. They're slightly different sizes. They're bright yellow. But also, look at all these boys hanging these lights. They all have the same haircut. They all are wearing the same, almost like a clown outfit. All the outfits are the same color. All their hair is the same color. Look at this branch in the background. All the leaves are pretty much the same color, green, very dark. Then you have even the steps are the same that they're standing on. And then you have this big nighttime sky in the background. All of those things work together to give it this sense of it's a whole picture. The picture's not cut off. You're not missing anything. You don't feel like there should be something else. This in itself tells a whole story. These guys are out hanging up lanterns, even though we have no idea why they're dressed the way they're dressed. They're obviously a team of some sort. They're working together. All these things work together. It's a complete picture. It's working together. So, how do we create unity? Well, we create unity by proximity. That means that things overlap, or they touch, or they're close together. So, in this art that we just looked at, these lanterns are using proximity. They're close together. The guys are all close together. They're overlapping. That's what proximity means. Similarity, use similar colors, textures, and shapes to create this sense of unity. Again, that in Jasper John's map, that he used similar colors and textures. The texture came through his style. It was kind of messy and sketchy looking. All of those things created unity. Continuation is when you create a flow of vision directed by the arrangement of elements. So again, if we go back to these lanterns create a flow of vision right around these ones in the front. They make you look through the picture, and that's what the continuation means. And lastly, repetition is you repeat the same elements in the work of art, which we know is pattern. So if you're using pattern effectively in your works of art, it's going to help you create this sense of unity. And unity, if you look at your artwork and it doesn't look finished, it's because it's lacking unity usually. So sometimes that's a very hard thing to point out, but if you know what it is, and you know, I need more unity, I need to use more of the same colors, I need to use more of the same patterns, I need more proximity, I need things to overlap. That's one of the, you guys have heard me say overlap this semester over and over again. And the reason I say that is because it helps create unity. It helps create this sense of depth and finishedness. I don't know if that's a word, finishedness, but to your work of art. So those are ways we can create unity in our works of art. So let's go back here and talk about briefly our theme this week for our sketchbook is family. And what better thing, unity. If you think of family, I know that our families aren't always unified. I grew up with brothers and sisters. My mom and dad were divorced. So there wasn't always a lot of unity in the family. But it is something that I think we all desire, whether we are willing to admit it or not. We would love to just have a great relationship with our mom and dad. We'd love to have a great relationship with our siblings and even our extended family. And that doesn't always happen, but I think it's something we can strive for. It's a new year, and we can all choose to do our part in our families to have unity. And so I want you to do a work of art that shows some type of family. It doesn't have to be a human family. It can be any type of family. But make sure that your work of art shows unity in the sense of artisticness, in the sense of wholeness. I know that's going to be a challenging theme, but go online and Google family. Think about things that you are interested in. Like I tell you all the time, I'm sure you can think of some sort of family to create through things that you are interested in. So push the boundaries, be creative, and enjoy expressing a sense of unity in your sketchbook art this week. Thanks, guys.